welcome back. This is Valerie with Valerie Turner Tarot. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to choose 2 zodiac signs, and we're going to get right into this reading. So let's find out the 2 zodiac signs that we're going to be reading for tonight. Bringing in energies, trying to figure out what is going on between this masculine and this feminine. Okay? So we have, okay, so I'm going to choose these 2 because they were closest to the center. And so we are going to be doing a Cancer, Aries reading, okay? And we're going to have the Aries on the feminine side. And we're going to, we'll just put it down here. And we're going to have the Cancer on the masculine side. Excuse me. And so let's get a little bit of tarot to find out some more information. So we're going to choose 2 cards for the feminine. And we're going to choose 2 cards for the masculine side. And so also we want to know between this Cancer and Aries relationship, what exactly is a shadow casting over this relationship for each sign. So for the Aries and for the Cancer. Also, our wish is that we can bring some positivity to this relationship in some form or fashion. Does not mean that this relationship has to come back together, but it just means what positive energy can we feed into the relationship between the Aries and the Cancer. These are my cards of hope, self-created. And for the masculine, actually we'll just put these right down here. So we're getting a lot of information. Move this here. And then we're going to choose a soul card. And the soul card is going to be for the person watching the reading. Okay, so let's dive right into this and let's figure out what is going on between the Aries, Divine Feminine, and the Cancer, Divine Masculine. So let's actually start with the Knight of Swords. So this is on the feminine side, and what I'm getting as far as what's coming from this Aries woman is that she is sticking up for something that she fiercely believes in. And what I'm getting right off the bat here is she's believing in an idea. And it is racing in. And all of a sudden, it has hit this feminine. This is so important to her. This idea, this belief, and it's a belief that has to do around a relationship. And she's very determined to make it happen. And she's racing in, or her mind is racing, and she's trying to accomplish something that's so deeply important to her. Also, on her side is the Ace of Cups. And yes, racing in so that she can accomplish something that's deeply important to her, which is a relationship that is a real relationship. She wants the real deal. She wants when this person is supposed to show up, they show up on time. They're committed to the relationship. They're contributing to the relationship. They are in the relationship. And, you know, she is getting so excited about the emotions and the energy she has to put in to this relationship. And you can see that all right here. On the divine masculine side, we have the Tower card. And the divine feminine does recognize that there was a Tower moment. And she really feels that she's acknowledging that Tower moment on the masculine side, meaning that he was ignoring and denying a situation. She's saying, oh, the divine masculine is saying, absolutely, I'm in this. I'm in the relationship. I may have other issues, but I am committed to whatever it is to make you happy and to make this work. I really want to make this work. That's what he's saying. She's not feeling that energy. So on the divine masculine side, he believes the Tower moment is his responsibility as well. They both believe, actually, that the Tower moment is on his side. But he is believing through the Ten of Wands that this Tower moment does not have to do with his commitment to his personal life. He believes that the Tower moment has been caused by all the extra responsibility and all the extra work that has weighed him down on this Cancer side, and has just completely become an obsessive level. So he's really denying the fact that he's not partaking in the union of this relationship. He does say, I know I've been working too much, and I know I've been taking on too much. I'm getting way, way, way down at work with everything going on. So there's the conflict there with the tarot cards. As far as what is a negative shadow on each side, the Aries and the Cancer. On the Aries side, what is happening as far as what we could work on is push-pull. On this divine feminine side, drama shuts me down, but I do know how to fight back. So there's been a lot of drama back and forth because of her persistence and dedication that she is actually requiring for this relationship process to be a satisfactory, happy ending for her. She wants a great relationship. She's insisting. And so she does understand that there has been drama. And she is acknowledging, I know how to fight back. I know how to stick up for what I believe in. And she's believing in an ideal. And the negative part of that is it gets to the point where she kind of just wants to tell people off. It's really getting hot and heavy here where she's passionate. She's very passionate and quick to act on what's going on. But it's only because of the underlying deep meaning that it is for her to have this relationship with this Cancer. Because she very much loves this Cancer. And I believe he very much loves her as well. I see a lot of genuine, soft emotion beneath the surface. Emotion beneath the surface. I genuinely feel that. Now, casting a shadow on the divine masculine side, fear of love. My guard holds the power into my soul. Nobody will have enough control to reach that deep. So that definitely goes along with, he's acknowledging the Tower moment as being work obsessed. But here's the negative right here. My guard holds the power into my soul, and no one will have enough control to reach that deep. So here we have the feminine saying, I'm worthy of a certain type of a relationship. And I'm trying to reach your fear of love. And I'm trying to make you understand that this is a pass-fail kind of situation. You've got to dig deep and get into your soul and find the power of love. And he's saying nobody will have enough control to reach that deep. So major drama going on within the feminine, wanting the masculine to be in touch with not the surface layer feelings of love, but love on a soul level for the Scorpio. Positive messages. On the divine feminine side, bowstring tension. Okay, so what this means is you have a bow and you are pulling that bow back, back, back. And as you pull the bow back farther, there's more tension. And that's what's been happening. As if she's up here on this Knight of Swords horse with her bow, pointing it right to the divine masculine. And it's coming back, and it's becoming more tense, and back, and more tense, and back, and more tense, until you reach a breaking point. And so what this card of hope is saying, for hope that the relationship can be mended, is she needs to basically take her finger and let it go. You pull back that bow and you pull it back, but then there's a point where you gently just let go. And that's what the universe is telling her to do. You've come to the point, divine feminine, that you absolutely have to let go. And how this is going to work is this is going to start the process of the beginning of self-love. And what can happen is if this divine masculine doesn't change, he doesn't change. But you, the divine feminine, is still creating a beautiful energy for herself, for her maybe to move on or to show this divine masculine, he'll see, oh my gosh, she's changed so much. He'll see something on a subconscious level that there's not so much fighting, but there is the beginning of a self-love. And I believe there is an underlining tension on the feminine side, on this Aries side, of forgiving herself. Forgiving herself for something. And it may be because she is acknowledging that she may have created this tower moment through all this push-pull. But this tower moment had to come. It had to be here. And so this bowstring tension of letting go is creating yourself a new energy to get excited about life, the life around you. Okay? The life of forgiving yourself for anything that you think that you need to be forgiven for. And it can be something small, it can be large. But there is an underlying forgiveness issue, even it could be from the past or it could be this tower moment, but an underlying forgiveness issue that this divine feminine has to let go. And create a space for self-love. And how to do that is you begin by seeing yourself, divine feminine, as happy. Begin to see yourself as a person that is in love with life and in love with the life that you can create on your own. And I know that's difficult. It can be very, very difficult. But, an Aries is really a person that once they have a vision, they are committed to it. They are committed to it. This is a fire sign. They'll commit to their own vision like there's nobody's business. So that is the hope that this energy and tension can be put on building this divine feminine up. And the hope for the masculine side is a compelling notion. What this is saying, that there is a compelling notion underlying within this masculine, telling him he's got to get a control on this fear of love. And he has to hear the voices that are talking to him, and hear the energies, and hear his intuition. Because his intuition is telling him, it honestly is, this is not what's important. This extra work and responsibility and being weighed down, an obsessive level of a commitment and work is not what's important. And he knows that. He has to dig deep and hear his intuition telling him the most compelling notion of this divine feminine is the perfect companion for him for life. And that's the hope, that he can get to this point of hearing the words compelling notion. Okay, so now we're going to go over the soul card. And the soul card is create space. This is a beautiful card. This is a message for the person listening to the reading. Make room for your dreams. Very much, this could be the divine feminine listening to this reading, and this is perfect. Create a space for new desires by learning how to be happy now. Learning how to be happy now, so that you can create with this bowstring tension, release, and let the universe do their work, do its work. Create a space for new desires by learning how to be happy right now. We all want certain things in our life to change, and it is up to each of us to do something about it. If you apply action from a position of truly wanting change, you will create evidence of that desire, as manifestations of change will happen. Once you notice something you would like to change, take a breath and say thank you. Recognizing what you want to change brings you more clarity on what you would like to change and everything that it has to do with that. Your job is to create the space for your dreams and desires and to fill that up. Do this and you will begin to receive direction and wisdom. So as far as the journaling work, and I think this is a great idea, get a journal. Could be anything, something that you have at home. Because you are connecting with the pen and paper, you're seeing your handwriting. You're in the energy of taking the ideas from your mind and putting it on paper, instead of just saying it in your mind. Actually visually seeing how you're going to create space by having a journal is what's important. Draw or write in your journal a list of what gives you joy. Then write a list of your daily activities and compare the two accordingly. So once you do that, you're going to really be able to spot, what is giving me joy and what isn't. What is giving me self-love and what isn't, and forgiveness and what isn't. What am I getting excited about in life and what isn't? Definitely do the journaling work. That's very important. Let's put this up here. Let's see if we can get some initials of who we're working with. We have K, and we have P, and we have U. And even though this doesn't spell it correctly, I'm getting K-U-P as cup. And that's what I was really picking up on with this reading, is cup of love. Cup of love. The Cancer side is a water sign. And, you know, Cancers have a drive like no other. And I really believe this divine masculine can find his deep cup of love for this feminine. And what's unique here is with the Aries feminine and the Cancer masculine, these are both cardinal signs. And so these are both people that are leaders. And you can see that. You can see that. Him being a leader at work, and she being a leader in knowing how to stick up and knowing what to believe in and defending her ideals that are truly, truly magnificent and important. 2 cardinal signs, which is very significant. Let's look at the messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine and back and forth. I'm going to pick out 2 cards for the feminine. And these are self-created. 2 cards for the masculine, please. These are personal messages to one another. They could speak to one another right now. What would they say? The divine feminine would say to the divine masculine, I hear you speak to me. I hear myself say, I'm not good enough. Right there. We nailed this. Because I told you in the beginning, there was something here that she felt like that she needed to forgive about herself. Forgiving oneself. So this is something that the divine feminine definitely needs to work on. Excuse me, and dig deep and see what is it that she needs to forgive herself for. It's imperative, absolutely imperative for this feminine to grow. The other message, your sense of humor can never be replaced. Those naughty jokes combined with your angelic face always intrigued me. That's so cute. Your sense of humor can never be replaced. Those naughty jokes combined with your angelic face always intrigued me. So the masculine has a very tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny kind of personality. And the feminine is wanting to defend that. She wants to defend it, you know? Definitely. Okay, messages from the masculine to the feminine. From the Cancer to the Aries. He says, I knew deep down inside I could trust you. No doubt. It was me that I didn't trust. It was me that doubted my intentions. Okay, so this is where we come up with an awful lot of skepticism with the masculine on a deep level. You know, he's taking responsibility. It was me. I knew deep down inside I could trust you, no doubt. It was me that I did not trust. So there's some trust issues here. There's the inability to dig deep. I think once he does and he allows himself to open up emotionally on a very deep level to find why he has this fear of love, more opportunities are going to come in for this couple to come together. You are the one thing I cannot get enough of. The feminine is the one thing that this masculine cannot get enough of. I see that, you know? I definitely see that. I see true beauty here in this feminine, you know? And I do want to say that on the feminine side and the self-love and the forgiveness that we're working on here, I want you to know there is a big difference between guilt and shame. Okay? You can do something with guilt. You know, you feel guilt. You can understand why you feel it. But shame is just useless. It's just a reactionary feeling. And You do not need it. So understand, you don't need shame, but you need guilt to motivate you to figure out what else is happening underlying in these emotions. This was a beautiful reading. I absolutely loved it. I know that this couple can come together because I know that there is a deep level of emotion with KUP, meaning one cup, sharing this one cup together between the Cancer and the Aries. These are two cardinal signs. And cardinal signs are leaders, they're instigators, and you can see that these are powerful cards to create the space in order to make room for growth for this couple to come together. This was beautiful. I so enjoyed this reading. It was a pleasure to read the energies and present them to you. Thank you, Aries. Thank you, Cancer. Thank you.